Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bree and today we will be taking another look at the products that I recently reviewed from Flip. There were a few that I feel like I did not give a fair chance. I was editing tonight and I just posted the video on the products that I did review and I thought I need to give it another chance. So for the sample foundation that I received from Iconic London, I have another shade of this called Neutral Fair. I used a different primer than usual. I used a different powder than usual, so I want to use my products that I use with my other foundations so that I know for sure what the problem is. I did also receive two new products today, which I forgot that I ordered. One of them is a blush from Ulac. The other one I actually did not order. It came in the same package. It is from the same brand and it is a lipstick. So I'm really excited to try this out today. It is shade 10 Sahara Gold and it's really beautiful. All right, so first I'm going to start off by using my go-to primer right now, the Milani Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. So I'm thinking this one is a lot less sticky. So I'm hoping that I'm not gonna have the same issue as last time where it really stuck to my dry areas. Oh God. It's almost 2 in the morning and I was already in bed. I already washed my face, but I just could not stop thinking about this foundation. Yeah, so this one is not my shade, but it's close enough. I'm just going to lightly blend it in. Same as the first time, it's very glowy. Well, I got a closer look, and I definitely feel a lot better about it tonight than I did last night. This one is a little bit cakey. And that could definitely be the way that I applied it. Maybe using a brush would be better. So now I'm gonna go in with the normal concealer that I use. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in the shade Fair 10N. Okay. Much better this time. Now I'm going to use the powder that I use the most often with all my looks, the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05 Fair. And before I do that, and I'm gonna work in sections because this is creasing very quickly, I'm going to just blend over those areas again. That's a little bit interesting. I have not had that happen to me before. Brush off any excess powder. All right, so the foundation is definitely grabbing on to the powder. You can see like the circles of where I first pressed it in. So I guess I'm gonna try and fix that by just pressing in more powder.
Just wanted to add this in here. I think it might be better to go in with a brush with powder on it instead of just stamping it in your face like I did here. That might give you a better finish.
That's a little better. I can still see that circle on my forehead though. Like it's just not working. And I really was excited to give it another shot. It's still not for me. It is what it is. So I'm going to do my bronzer and then we will try out that blush. All right, so now that my bronzer is finished, I have here the Ulac blush in the shade Petal Blossom. There we go, that is beautiful. I'm not even kidding, it smells like lemon pledge. I like the design pressed into it, it's really pretty. All right, so now I'm going to just take a flat buffing brush and I don't know, 2 little dips and press that in up here. Okay. That is a gorgeous shade. I really like this. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. That is so pretty. I want to keep adding more. I like this a lot. The smell is a little strange, but I don't care. Well, there's a win. So now I'm just going to highlight, and then we will take another look at that eyebrow pencil from yesterday. Of course, going in with my pinky to highlight my nose. It's extra bright today. I always use my middle finger for some reason when I blend out like my nose, and I feel bad. Like, I feel like I just did it again. I feel like I'm like flipping you guys off. I'm really proud of myself because I didn't have to film the intro like a million times. I think I did it twice, and then I was like, okay, good, that's good. So that's exciting. I'm getting a little more comfortable doing this on camera. All right, so we are back to the Rude Cosmetics Double Agent 2-in-1 Pencil and Powder. When I tried this, it had me dumbfounded. I was exhausted and I felt like an idiot after testing this out. But for the powder part, you just untwist this cap here. The pencil part, I immediately loved. It's, I don't know. It's just nice. It glides on really easily. So I'm going to do my eyebrows, and then we will go back to that eyeshadow palette to spoolie them really quickly. This spot here was creasing so bad yesterday, and it's still doing it. And I set it extra. Like, I literally grabbed it, I dipped it in the powder, and I went and then it's still creasing. But I have like a sideways smile. That's just how I smile. What is in my hair right here? Right, and then I'm going to flip it this way and add a couple little strokes in there. Here it is. I'm going to go back in and spoolie that out in the front. All right, back to the Leva Beauty eyeshadow palette, fingerprints. Instead of, because I know I like the yellow shade, I want to really get into that green shade again, and see what that's all about. When I used it yesterday, it had quite a bit of fallout, so I think to take precaution, I'm going to get some powder and bake. I hesitate to say that because my mom and I were talking the other day, and she was like, yeah, I baked my under eyes and all this, and I stopped her and I'm like, Mom, like, nobody bakes anymore. What are you doing? That's what we're doing because I don't want the fallout to stick to my face. So I'm just gonna, oh God, that was a lot. So that if the shadow does decide to fall out onto my face, I can just wipe it off. Spray break. All right, so we are going to be using the Morphe M518, and I'm going to take this palette. I still haven't taken the film off. We are going to go in with this color here. And I'm just going to put that all over my crease. Okay, it's blending all right so far, and it looks quite pigmented on its own. I think this green just needed its own moment. Like, it's looking really good. Let's take a closer look, see what we've got going on here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think the green just needed its own moment. It blended out quite easily. There are a few patchy spots, like right here, there's one, but it's not bad. It looks cute. For $32 for this palette, I think that the formulas of the mattes could have been a little bit better, but I like it. And I'll continue to use it because I definitely love this shade of green. I think I actually want to take the that brick shade there and kind of smoke it out a little bit on the edges. And then we will definitely put that shimmer down. That's really pretty. I'm really glad I did that. That is absolutely gorgeous. It makes me want to do a cut crease, but I haven't done a cut crease in a very long time. Okay, I've decided, but I am going to put a little bit of concealer right here to set a really nice base for the green shimmer. A little something to stick to. Okay, and then I'm going to take my finger, dip it in, shake it off, and press that on. W! Oh my god. Okay. That was so pretty. That looks so good. Okay, let me look at my under eyes now. Yup. Glitter fallout galore. But it's okay. Now there's still super tiny little specks of glitter on my face, but I think that is pretty normal for glittery shadows like that. Alright, now I'm gonna go back in with that brick color and just do like a messy kind of lower lash smoke. Love smoking out the lower lash line. And I like to do it messy. Alright, so next up, I tried out this Rude Cosmetics Sultry Eyes mascara in my last video, and I will not be using it again. It took me an unbelievably amount of time to get it off of my eyes, and it was actually painful. Like, they were like hard as rocks, and yeah, no thank you. I will say that it is marketed as waterproof, and that is very much true, but even if it weren't for that, it just didn't give my lashes very much. So I'm just gonna go in with the Jeffree Star Proof Mascara. Alright, on to the new lipstick. I'm going to swatch this. Let's see here. Okay, it definitely has a nice sheen to it. Okay, we're gonna go with one of my go-tos, the LA Girl Ultimate Lip, in the shade Keep It Spicy. Alright, let's give this a go. Alright, so there's the lipstick on. It feels really nice. I can't really feel like the shimmeriness in it, which is great. I will say I don't feel like it looks best with my skin tone, just because I feel like silvers look a lot better on me. It's very shiny, so it very much highlights all the little fine lines in my lips. I think maybe as a lip topper it might be better, so I'm going to put on a liquid lipstick and put a little bit of this on top to see how that looks. Alright, the lipstick itself came off quite easily, but the glitter in it really didn't. So you can still see it on my lips, and it's really pretty. I'm gonna quickly line my lips again. Alright, so I think what would look best with this is the NYX Shine Loud liquid lipstick in the shade Total Baller. Just the liquid lipstick side. Alright, so I think what I want to do is just kind of tap it on. So that's what I'm going to do. That's really pretty. And I feel like it complements my skin tone a little bit better since it has that darker base. So I just put a lip gloss on top of that because I was like, why not? This is the Clinique Creamy Lip Gloss in the shade Black Honey Pop. I'm just going to set this using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Look turned out much better than yesterday's. I think, you know, giving things another shot can definitely help, especially once you know more about the actual product. And I love that blush and I love the eyebrow pencil. So we definitely did not get nothing from this. We got some new products that we love. So yeah. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video and joining me on the adventure. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see next, and I will see you next time.